Tobacco and furniture is pushing up inflation. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at this latest data from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. So CPI rose 0.9% in the December 2020 quarter. Now, inflation is going up, but also it's beating expectations. We can see here the consensus for inflation year on year was 0.7 and it's at 0.9. And the consensus for RBA weighted mean CPI year on year was 1.2 and it's 1.4. So we're beating expectations. Fantastic. Our inflation is doing better. Wouldn't the RBA be happy? Well, you know, the Reserve Bank will be so happy. They might get a chance of hitting that inflation call. And it's crazy some of the things when, you know, inflation was so low. It still is pretty low, 0.9, when they were counting like childcare out of it. So now childcare's back. But tobacco is one of the big increases. So you can't even have a relaxing smoke. You're paying more for it. How much is that taxed? The Consumer Price Index rose 0.9% in the December 2020 quarter, according to the latest data from the ABS. Head of Price Statistics at the ABS, Michelle McCard, said December quarter CPI was primarily impacted by an increase in tobacco excise and the so, you know, that's tax, everyone. Remember that? So the government is increasing the tax on your smokes. And, well, there you go. And the introduction, continuation and conclusion of a number of government schemes, including childcare fee subsidies and the home building grants. The most significant price rise in the December quarter were tobacco at 10% or 10.9%, following the 12.5% increase in the tobacco excess tax. Childcare, plus 37.7%. Wow. After the unwinding of the free childcare, with out-of-pocket expenses now returning to pre-COVID levels. Other price rises in the December quarter were domestic holiday travel, plus 6.3%, with state and territory borders reopening in the lead up to the Christmas period, and medical and hospital services, plus 2.5%, after private health premiums increased on October 1, following a 6-month freeze. Prices rose in the purchase of new dwellings, 0.7%, following increased demand. I wonder why that is. It's all like government stimulus and intervention in the market. It's the artificially low cash rate. The rise in demand for new dwellings is reflected in higher building approvals for houses and a record value for housing loan commitments in November. There you go. The December quarter rise of 0.7% in the purchasing price of new dwellings would have been higher, but was partially offset by the federal government's $25,000 home builder grant and similar $20,000 grants in WA and Tasmanian state governments. Well, we're going to pay for that anyway, and it's what's overheating the market. The most significant price fall was in electricity, down 7.5% after the WA household electricity credit provided households with a one-off $600 credit, resulting in a fall in electricity prices of 66.7% in Perth. Okay, should government that are completely in debt and are just taxing the money from one group and then giving it back to another, should that be allowed to affect inflation? Should it? We're paying for it eventually anyway. It's just a bloody circle. This is the scary thing when you know, the evolution of this and all the MMT nutters that want their authoritarian intervention in the economy that just treat us like cogs in a wheel. For more details, we can see that there. So let's have a look here at go into a bit more detail. So, Consumer Price Index rose 0.9 this quarter. Over the 12 months to December 2020, the rise was 0.9. The most significant increase was tobacco and the decrease was electricity. Okay, because they're taxing us more on tobacco and then they're giving people back money in a credit from the government there. This is complete nutter. Just, they take from one hand, they give you to the other. You know, they punch you in the face, snap a crutch and say, here you go, stick it together. Thank the government. Oh, thank you, Mr. Government. Thank you. Bloody hell. So there you go. So what are we looking at here? Let's have a look. Food and non-alcoholic beverages will go from December 2019 to this year, 2.3% increase. Alcohol and tobacco, 9.3%. Clothing and footwear is down 1.3. Housing is down 0.9. Furnishing, household equipment and services are up 3.6. Health is up 2.6. Transportation is down 0.6. Communication is down 2.7. Recreation and culture is flat at 0%. Education is up 2.1. Insurance and financial services up 1.2. So there we have it, everyone. The biggest movers, that alcohol and tobacco, everyone. Probably something that more people need now than ever with regards to all the issues that are going on around the world. So we can see it here. Yeah, the big movers. So a 10.9% rise in tobacco was the main contributor due to the annual excise increase of 12.5%. I think people would really... It'd be quite shocking if people realized how much taxes are paid. Honestly, it should be a requirement that every time we make a credit card transaction or buy anything, the receipt has to break down the cost of every single thing. So we can see how much of an excise we're paying on tobacco, how much we're paying on petrol. All of these things, it should just be provided for every transaction you make. So you go to your credit card bill or your bank statement and you say, oh, wait a minute, I've paid all of this in hidden taxes. I would love us to get rid of pay-as-you-go, so then everyone had to make their quarterly payment themselves, had to actually transfer the money to the government. Then they might appreciate how much it's just getting friddled away. See, Furnishings, Household Equipment and Services Group. A rise of 37.7% in childcare was the main contributor, as out-of-pocket expenses for childcare fees returned to pre-COVID levels. Excluding the impact of childcare, this group would have fallen 0.7%. Falls of 1.9% in other non-durable household products, 1.8% in personal care products, and 1.1% in furniture partially offset the rise. So it's just the childcare cost. And it's an incredibly regulated field there, everyone. So all groups CPI percentage change from the previous quarter. So Sydney is up, Melbourne's up, Brisbane's up, Adelaide's up, Perth is down, Hobart's up, Darwin's up, and Canberra is up. We can see here. So let's have a look. Percentage change. Sydney 0.8, Melbourne 1.3, Brisbane 1, Adelaide 1, Perth down 0.1. Hardly anything. Hobart up 0.8, Darwin flat, Canberra up 1.1. And I'll let you, if you want to go through that, I will link to the ABS where you can go through that in greater detail. But there we have it, everyone. There we have it. Anything else here that's jumping out as... Oh, there you go. Yeah. Childcare. Childcare. So there we have it. Inflation is going up. Tobacco is going up. Let's see how the media are talking about it. So rising tobacco and childcare costs push inflation up 0.9%. And this is from Yahoo Finance. Consumer prices in Australia rose 0.9% in December. Fresh figures have revealed. The Consumer Price Index, which measures price inflation of household goods and services, rose by nearly 1% in the 3 months to December last year, according to new data from the ABS. Childcare soared 37.7%. Yep. And they're just pulling all of that from the thing. So, speaking to Yahoo Finance, independent economist Stephen Kakoulis said that the price of household goods rose in the second half of 2020 and will continue to do so this year. But where it counts the most, RBA is still falling short, he said. The element that the RBA pays most attention to is the underlying inflation rate. It remains low at 1.3% in annual terms, well below the target of 2 to 3. This suggests that the economy is still not strong enough to generate pricing power for many firms and hence the lower inflation rate. It means the RBA will be on hold with interest rates near zero for a long time to come, years perhaps. And he's probably true there. So there we have it, everyone. Inflation is up. I feel sorry for those of you that smoke. Not that I smoke that often. Usually just a cigar when we have another child. So every now and then. Yeah. Good cigar. Usually imported. What do you think? Are you surprised? Are you noticing the cost of things going up in your day-to-day life? And how are you planning to deal with it? As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.